What's something that's secretly been great about the pandemic? I have now learned that I don't lack time to do things, just motivation. I have all the time in the world to get in shape and learn something new. A year later, and I've made much less progress than I should have given the amount of free time. HMM. I've lost interest in all my hobbies and gotten fat instead of learning anything new. So it sounds like you're killing it. I have a 19-year-old cat. He's been getting slower and I know what's on the horizon. But the fact that I've been able to be at home all day every day? He's loved it. He's on my lap hours a day. Knowing that I've made his, probably, last year the best is probably the only thing good about the pandemic. Edit 1. Holy shit, this blew up in gold. Glad so many people can share their stories as well. FYI, even though he's 19, he's in good health. The vets are always surprised at his age and just has some arthritis in the hips. Edit 2. https://unga.com/a/07 am in cat tax. Taken this morning of said old boy. Good for you. I'm 25 and the remaining 3/4 of the pets I had since grade school all had to be put down over the course of the last year, 2 dogs and a cat. They all just happened to be at that age, and I'm so glad I got to spend the last few months they had hanging out with them. My employer now knows for sure that working from home is completely doable and really doesn't duck up productivity. I've also learned that I like going into the office once or twice a week just to break up the monotony of working from home all the time. I agree with both. I miss the social aspect of the office. Just me at home, so being cooped up so long is getting to me. I haven't had a cold all year. Yeah, this past year has probably been the healthiest I've ever been. Haven't ever had anything more than a minor headache, and that's usually just due to dehydration or something mundane. I started quarantine by becoming lactose intolerant for 6 months. You lucky bastard. My 14-year-old dog passed away last July. Our whole family had been working/schooling from home full-time starting in March, so we all got to love on her and care for her full-time for her last months. Same. My childhood dog passed away October 2020, had a stroke, and he suddenly couldn't walk or eat or drink. He was already skinnier due to his lack of appetite, so we decided to put him down. I think of him every day, and I think my other dog misses him too. My dog suffered from dementia and was deaf, so I made sure to give him 100% of my time, take him for walks, and cuddle him, even though he wasn't aware of me anyway. Even a month before he was put down he could walk 4 km with me. But then he lost some weight, didn't want to eat, so we had to change his food. He had a massive stroke and got paralyzed because of that. He even wasn't able to blink, just non-stop barking. It was scary as hell. But because of lockdown I found out immediately and was able to get him to a vet in 2 hours. Unfortunately the test results were really bad, so I decided to do what was best for him. After 16 amazing years it was his time to go. I'm glad that lockdown happened, because I could spend his 6 last months taking care of him basically 24/7. Gave me the opening to get out of a dead-end delivery job and focus on the shit I actually went to school for. I'm getting there. Edit. Holy smokes, this blew up. Thank you all for the kind words and awards. Any progress at all is still progress, no matter how insignificant it may seem. Edit. Well, I went to sleep and this blew up massively. Thanks everyone for the awards and kind words. Without a social life, I've been forced to focus on myself instead of other people, so I've cut down on my drinking, lost 35 pounds, and started seeing a therapist. Here's hoping I come out of this in better physical and mental shape than I went in. Me too. I lost 17 pounds and I just was discharged from therapy because my depression is officially, clinically at a 0. Go us. Edit. Holy shit. Thanks for the awards, friends. To answer some questions. Weight loss. I initially did a wellness challenge called 75 Hard, a 75-day challenge that requires 2 workouts per day and sticking to a diet of your choice, among several other daily tasks. That kicked my butt into gear and got me into the habit of regularly exercising and eating well, so I've lost a few more lbs since I completed it in September. This also helped my mental health a lot, but not completely. Mental health. I did acceptance and commitment therapy, which is a form of CBT that focuses on accepting your feelings and mindfully working through them, rather than avoiding them. My therapist had me fill out a questionnaire every time we met, and based on my answers, he was able to calculate numbers on a depression scale. I can't go into more detail about that, cause I don't know, but I started at a 4200ths and last week was at a 3 on 1 scale. And on another I started out at a 7/10ths and last week was at a 0. So I'm clinically not depressed, I guess. Plus, the last several weeks I've come to him feeling great and having little to talk about, which meant it was time for me to be discharged. Why was I discharged? My therapist works out of a medical facility rather than private practice, so they go based on a medical model. It's more of a let's give our patients the tools they need to cope, and once they no longer need us, we'll let them go, so they can make room for more patients with acute needs, rather than a we'll see patients, as long as they pay us. I cold been referred to someone like that, but, like I said, I didn't have much to talk about by the end. What specifically helped me? Mindfulness exercises and writing down 5 good things about myself each day. My negative self-talk was the biggest factor in my depression. I don't do that anymore. I'm a badass. A lot of restaurants have really upped their online ordering and drive-through game. Like a well-oiled machine. And some shockingly haven't. I got takeout from one of my favorite restaurants the other day, and it took so long to order on the phone that next time I'm just going to go down there and place an order in person. I had to speak to 3 different people to accomplish it, being put on hold each time, and give my credit card over the phone. And before you ask, yes, they advertise takeout on their website and menu, so it isn't as if it's a service they don't normally provide. Save money on gas. Not to mention wasting time just sitting in a traffic jam to get to a desk that I also happen to have in the office at home. I don't miss the commute at all. Got back at least an hour a day because of this. If it wasn't for the pandemic, my dad would be dead right now. He likes to come over to our place while I'm at work and spend time with my dogs. My Papillon got away from him and wanted to play chase in our garage, which is basically a storage unit right now, and she was bobbing and weaving through boxes. When he caught her and took her inside, he noticed he was having a hard time catching his breath. My brother, who lives with me, offered to let him use his new oxygen meter, which he bought after he developed some temporary sleep apnea after he had COVID. The meter was frighteningly low, so he told our dad to go to the walk-in clinic. They told him, as soon as he explained his oxygen level, that he needed to go to the ER. He tests negative for COVID at the ER, but they found multiple blood clots in his lungs. They kept him a few days in the hospital, and he made a complete recovery with no permanent damage. I know my dad very well. Under normal circumstances, he would have gone home, tried to relax, gone to bed that night, and possibly never woken up the next morning. But COVID has us all on high alert, especially when it comes to breathing troubles. I never thought I'd be thankful for it also. After he got out of the hospital, he gave said Papillon an extra special doggy treat for saving his life. That's such a sweet story, made all the better by your Papillon. They're the bestest. Not dealing with a commute. I got 6 to 8 hours a week back in commuting time. That's like about a whole extra work day every week that's mine to do with as I please. It's been incredible. And I hadn't realized how stressed my commute makes me. I don't have to be careful not to forget anything, Before I leave for work, or when I'm leaving the office at the end of the day, I don't have to pack lunch. I don't have to make sure I'm dressed for the weather both now and in 8 hours when I'm coming home. I don't have to get wet when I get that wrong, and I don't have to spend a day at work with my shoes and socks wet, or all of me wet. I don't have to wait at a bus stop for 40 minutes waiting for a bus that should have been here 30 minutes ago. I'm sick a lot less often. The kids are doing school entirely from home, so they don't bring crap home like they used to. This has definitely been my healthiest winter ever. Right? I usually get bronchitis or pneumonia every winter no matter what. This is the first winter in my entire life I haven't had so much as a cold or a sniffle. Knock on wood. Spending time with my dog. Dogs are the real winners of the pandemic. I can't believe our dogs all got together and engineered a worldwide pandemic to get what they've always wanted. No pressure to go somewhere on my days off. I don't feel like I'm wasting time when I have days off and don't spend them traveling or seeing people. I love staying at home and just hanging with my 2 cats. Sweatpants on, messy bun, junk food and games. I'm content with that. Yes. I think I have learned to accept my homebody nature instead of feeling like I should be going out and doing things. There's nothing wrong with making a home for yourself and then enjoying being there. I agree. Your house is like all set up how you like it, has all your favorite things in it, ought to be climate controlled to your exact preferences, is comfortable and has your family/pets in it. So on and so forth. My house is my favorite place. Just as it should be. Unless you're my mom who gets a bit nutty if she doesn't aimlessly wander outside each week. I now permanently work from home, which is amazing. Me prior to 2020. Man, getting a job working from home would be amazing, but I don't even know where to start. Me getting moved to permanently work from home due to COVID. Oh okay, well that works I guess. Pretty much any pre-2020 job listing that said work from home was guaranteed to be a scam. Now here we are, living the dream, in our sweet pants listening to music all day in our basements. Finding out that not everyone needs to trudge for over an hour or more to get their job 5 days a week. That it's possible to work from home perfectly fine. Edit, yes, I know not everyone can work from home. Some people have to go in. This is why I specifically stated not everyone. Also thanks for the award C. Commuting should get way better even for people who don't stay permanent WFH. If a large number of companies switch to that, the road should become way less congested and people who commute will probably spend much less time stuck in traffic. Contactless delivery. Oh yeah. Just drop it on the porch, my man. I've been obsessively watching your progress, so I'll get it immediately after you leave. We don't need to chat. Indian here. Why were you guys chatting to delivery guys anyway? They ring the bell, you open the door and stick your hand out, they put the food in your hand, you say thanks and close the door. I wouldn't want to be the delivery guy having to chat with every single customer I deliver to. That sounds like a nightmare of a job. It's never me who tries to chat, it's always ever been the delivery person. I don't know if it's a deliberate thing for tips, or just reaching out for some human contact during an otherwise lonely delivery shift, but it always ends up awkward as duck. I don't want to slam the door in some guy's face, but I have food to ducking eat. Go away. I'm missing a tooth fairly close to the front of my mouth and I don't feel self-conscious smiling in public when I'm wearing a mask. It's a silly thing, but I kinda miss real smiles. Thanks for the awards, guys. My most liked/commented comment is about my ducked up teeth. That's something. Lol. 1. I read missing a tooth fairy. 2. Same. 1. Me tooth. Sleep. Yeah, I should get up and do some work now. Playing board games with my teenage kids. We got away from it as they got older. I still kick ass on Scrabble, but they smoke me on backgammon. Ticket to Ride is a blast. Yahtzee too. Edit. Well, this certainly resonated with the community. To answer a few questions, we don't play every night. A couple of times a week is where we're at now. We have more modern games, but backgammon and Yahtzee, especially Yahtzee, is the one they like to play the most. Monopoly, when played without house rules, is fun. It probably won't last when things go back to normal, so I'm loving it while it lasts. Thanks for the awards. I have 2 teens and a spouse. We really enjoy spoons and bullshit. Easy, fast-paced card games. We also play blackjack as a family. We have a whole set of cards and chips. We keep a running tally of our chips on paper. My husband gets so mad because our daughter plays her gut and he plays by the rules, and she is like a fake billionaire now, and he's always panhandling for fake money to get him back in the game. It's a riot. Our son is always the dealer. Our casino is named after him, and it's a good exercise in social skills and self-control. Getting to home cook meals while at work is a fantastic weight loss plan. Down almost 50 pounds since September and haven't looked back. Edit. This comment blew up. Thanks for the awards, but if you are looking for ways to spend money, please donate to your favorite quality charity instead of buying me virtual stickers. As far as how I've done it, I don't want to shill for anyone, but I've been using Noom since September, which has basically helped me manage my sicko calories in / calories out with a fine-tooth comb, and also helped adjust my mental approach to health and specifically how I look at food. I spend most of my time in the grocery store in the produce aisle now. I don't try to necessarily view foods as good and bad, but instead look at different foods and how they will help me, and I don't sit and stress over any bumps in the road. Weight gains are just things my body needs from time to help on the journey, and sometimes you just need a treat for mental joy, which is okay. I'd be happy to offer advice to anyone who wants it, but also know that I'm still learning new things every day about my own weight loss journey. Worked opposite for us. More time to cook means we're all eating more. I've gained 14 pounds in a year, which is really not good as I'm short af. But on the other hand, the whole family are happier. I can mouth obscenities at people and they don't have a clue. This is my absolute favorite thing. And if I double up on the masks, I can mumble under my breath and they don't hear it. Soft-spoken people happiness. Lol. Cleaner beaches and ocean in Hawaii as millions of tourists stayed home. Of course the economy went to sh*t, but the aloha quota prospered. And way less traffic on the morning commute on the H1. Having a mask on in the cold is low-key the best. Agreed. I will be wearing a mask every winter season from here on out. For warmth and to protect against germs. This right here. Asia has been doing it forever, and now it's normalized enough no one will look at me weird for keeping it going. There are still people that give me weird looks for wearing a mask, despite there being a mandate requiring masks indoors anywhere here, so many people just don't care. For me personally, online learning. It just clicks with my brain somehow. I've gotten the best grades these past few semesters of my whole time in college. I'm off academic probation. I got an A in a class I failed twice before, required for my major, and I'm able to do a second major I really wanted. I'm so much less stressed about exams, and it feels so good to be able to show my parents grades I'm proud of. I don't know how I would have been able to do this without online classes. I had a lot of trouble with attendance and my bad memory, and now I'm able to go to class from my room and rewatch lectures and have some notes for exams. I felt so low my first few years of college and I finally feel good about myself as a student. It's still hard to believe that it's me getting these grades and graduation is scary, but I'm so glad I get to do it. Edit. Thank you so much for all of the support and the really interesting discussions people are having. And a special thank you to the people who gave me awards. That's very kind of you all. I think the big takeaway here is that neither online nor in-person classes are objectively better, and that different learning formats work for different people. Hopefully colleges will be able to offer all or most classes in either format post-pandemic, so that students can choose which version works for them. Good luck everyone, I believe in you.